a blurb about him in your pack, which you'll also notice he's been very clever at putting a wee advert in for himself with his telephone number, contact details. And most of you will recognise him from Britain's Got Talent auditions back in 2011. Some actually might know him personally because I believe he's been involved in hen nights, weddings, divorce parties and so on. And I know that Cheryl had to make a wee phone call to say, listen, we need you to tone down this afternoon. When I was telling another colleague that, they were saying, boo, Gerard, Friday afternoon, let's rank it up a wee bit. So I'm honestly honoured that certainly he's here today. And when watching some of his YouTube clips last night, I heard Edward saying that since he was a wee boy, he's always wanted to have an audience with Edward Reid. So today, hopefully he's got that audience and we'll welcome him on the stage now.
Thank you. Oh,
Edward
cut
Reid.
That just now. Cut that. We'll put that on later on. Hello, ladies, and the two gentlemen down the front. Yes, thanks, Cheryl. Cheryl says you can be at the end and bring everybody up, raise everybody's vibrations. But to be quite honest, I feel quite sad right now. James, that speech was. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. We were talking earlier on, and I said to him, "How are you feeling about speaking?" And he was like, quite tough. And I was like, the more you do it, the better it gets. And then they said that story, and I was like, mortified. So you were brilliant and so articulate, and I loved the words that you used about fear, and I'm so glad you're working with young people. Anyway, enough about you, James, back to me. I had planned to walk up here like a wee sassy thing with my intro music, and I didn't feel like it. So what I thought, I was talking to Tricia. Where's Tricia? Hi, Tricia. I was talking to, she's for Airdrie, health worker in Airdrie, and I said to her, because see, like me, I go about life in a wee pink bubble like Glinda out of Wizard of Oz, right? And I'm just fabulous. I'm all sunshine and lollipops, right? But I don't work in the healthcare profession, and I don't see the things that you see. I grew up in Coatbridge. Listen, I love Coatbridge. You get the time capsule, right? And my dad was an alcoholic, and it's I usually joke, brought up in Coatbridge and your dad's not an alcoholic, there's something wrong with you, until somebody was offended by it, so I don't say that anymore. But I've got loads to tell you. I had a plan of action, but it's all went out the window now. I was saying to Tricia, that's what it was. I said, how do you get through your week after getting into a house or going to a situation or going to people and then leaving that and then going to another house? What do you do? What's your coping mechanisms? And she was saying, well, years of doing it, she's developed a kind of a strategy of keeping herself safe, and she goes home at the weekend and gets absolutely steaming. And then, no, she doesn't, I'm only kidding on. She's up in diamonds like that. Oh. Dancing her cares away. But because I have to, before I come on stage, and this is what normally I do, I would have been off stage, I'd have been like that, don't want to hear your story, James, I don't want to hear it now, I'm going to go in here and I have to skip about here like a big pansy making all them laugh, I don't want to hear it, but I heard it and I'm glad I did. So I thought, right, what I need to do is, I need to share with you how before I go on stage, what I do, in fact, before I get into a meeting, before I go anywhere, what I do, and I'm hoping that maybe this is something that you're doing, because we're talking about nurturing, and it's so important to nurture children. I know that. I was once a child, and my mum used to tell me she loved me every day. She gave me a kiss and a cuddle when I seen her, when I said goodbye to her. So I'm a total attention seeker. I need cuddles. So everybody getting in a teddy. My name's Edward. You can all call me Teddy, and you can all cuddle me if you want, right? Because I'm a big attention seeker, right? And cuddles apparently raise, scientific evidence has said that cuddles raise oxytocins. I keep going to say oxymorons, but it's oxytocins. They raise oxytocins, and that's a happy hormone in your body. So the more you cuddle, the more. But I see when they say scientific evidence suggests that, I say that all the time, because people go, oh, I respect him now. See, the night when you go home, you go, by the way, scientific evidence suggested that if I go out with my pals, I won't divorce you, darling. And you'll go, oh, well, then, since scientific evidence. Anyway, yeah, we need to nourish. So I want you to nourish yourself, right? This teddy bear wants you to nourish yourself. And I'll show you what I do, right? So James's daughter, who's like a wee guru, and I think we are, all children are little gurus, and we get it taken away from us as we grow up, don't we? She had it spot on. So this is what I was going to ask you. Could you just close your eyes a wee minute and just identify in your body where you are emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally? And we'll give it a number, right? So number 1 is heavy rotten, right? And number 10 is fabulous. Now, I'm round about a number 2 and a number 3 because I feel emotional. I feel sad. So I don't want to put all that on you, don't I not? So I need to get myself up to at least an 8. And then hopefully you will all get up there as well, because we're going home to Friday night now. And I think this is what you need to do as healthcare professionals. You need to do this to go to your next client and go to your next patient, or whatever, service user, whatever you call them these days. I can't keep up. So how do you feel, right? Just identify how you feel in your body. Give it a number. Sometimes people can give it a weather. You can say I'm feeling sunny. I'm feeling stormy. I'm Scottish weather. I haven't got a clue how I feel. So just give yourself a number, right? And then I'm going to try. It's my job. Thanks, Cheryl. It's my job. Open your eyes now. God, I forgot to tell you, open your eyes. Half of you are sleeping. Hello. So it's my job to try and raise your vibrations. And this is something that I have had to learn to do, because my job now is getting into corporate events and different things and sing. And I've got to walk on stage and I've got to stay up here, even though everybody in the stage is like that. See, if you want in a social club, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? Because I used to get in like that. Had a big pussy bow on, like that. Hi! And they'll double like that. Prove yourself, son. We've paid for you. Prove yourself. So I couldn't match their vibration, because if I did, I'd have been lying on the floor greeting. So I have to stay up at an 8 or a 9. Sometimes I get to a 10. And I'm going to have to get myself quickly back up there, because I've got to perform for you, right? So I think it's been a fabulous day. I only got here this afternoon, but I was pure buzzing. It's been great. I love when people come together. Trish and I were talking about this. When you get your peers together, and you're all like-minded people, and you're all singing for the same hymn sheet. Hallelujah. So I'm going to go off again, right, and pretend that I didn't come on, right? Right? Just use your imagination. And I'm going to have my intro again, nice and loud. And we're going. I'm getting up to a 5 now, right? So hold on, right? Close your eyes. Pretend I didn't come on. Had an intro. Sorry? Feeling good, yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen! My name is
Edward Reid.
How's that side? How's that side? They're louder than you. Who can do the running man? Ow! My name was
Edward Reid.
That's right, cut that there. Oh, I need a drink now, I'm shattered. I was going to drink your drink, James, but I'm scared in case you've got cooties. You know, you're joking. You don't get cooties. So, hi, everybody. Hiya. So, my name's Edward Reid, but you can all call me Teddy. I'm here. I don't know why I'm here, actually. But I'm here to maybe talk about myself, talk about nurturing, what it means to me. I was on Britain's Got Talent. I mean, I don't like to go on about it, but I do. I've been milking the life right out of it for the past 6 years, and I plan it for the next 6 years. It was a great experience, but I'm the complete opposite of James in that I grew up in an alcoholic household, but I responded differently to the way James responded. I went into myself. So I would be the wee boy. You're not going to believe this, by the way. Look at the state of me now. But I was the wee boy. I'm just going to Asda. No, this is where I dress. I was the wee boy that put his head down and didn't want anybody to look at him. Didn't want any attention, because I just didn't want that. I don't know what's happened to me. So I grew up with that. And when I started to sing, I was like, there's something in me. There was something in me. And I used to get drunk and then sing in a karaoke. Anybody else done that? That wee bit of Dutch courage. And then people go, oh, you're a great singer, by the way. And I'd go, oh, shut up. No, I'm not, no. But I slowly started to singing lessons. I went to college, did musical theatre, all the while having this self-esteem and self-worth on the ground. And only my self-esteem started to raise because people would give me compliments. I think there's a difference between self-worth and self-esteem. And self-worth grows when people value you. So in the job that I get a lot of round of applauses. Sometimes I get a standing ovation. I'm not hinting. I'm not hinting. But I do, right? And that raises my self-esteem, right? That raises my self-esteem. But see, my self-worth, that's way down there. Because you look nice today. Oh, I'm a riot. Shut up. What are you talking about? Anybody else do that? Well, my hair is a mess, right enough. I apologise for my hair because I got it cut yesterday and I hate it anyway. So when I went through my singing career, I struggled with confidence and it was quite challenging. And then my pal, smart Alec Liz, decided to apply for Britain's Got Talent for me. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No way. No way. Anyway, I did it. And I was at the side of the stage, right? And it was a defining moment in my life because I stand at the side of the stage and I was like, now you watch the show, who doesn't? Because you're cultured, who does? Right, 2 of you, that's good. So I was at the side of the stage, right? And all I could hear was off, 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 the audience, off, off. It was Glasgow, so they were going cheerio, cheerio, cheerio. So I was standing at the side of the stage going, who the hell do you think you are? What are you doing standing here? Who are you anyway? You're a nobody for Coatbridge. That's who you are. What do you think? And I had that moment. I was like, and I went to run away, but the producer was behind me going like that. Yeah. He was thinking, this is ITV2 Gold, that pure Egypt, on there. And I'm going, oh no. And I had been reading books by this fabulous woman called Louise Hay. Have any of you heard of her? Right, go Google her. She's about 96 or something like that, right? And she's fabulous. She's an inspiration. And I had been reading books, and I swear to God, she saved my life. And she saved my life on many occasions. But I remember just thinking, she tells you to go look in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself. Has anybody ever tried it? Anybody ever tried it? No? Do it tonight, right? See, as soon as you go home, go, I can't speak to you, and you go to a mirror. But anyway, I tried it, and I looked at the mirror, I went, that's easy. And I went, oh my God. And it was shame, horror, regret, everything. I was like, oh, yeah, oh no, yeah. And I couldn't, so I had to spend time looking at myself. And what I eventually did is I got a picture of myself as a wee boy. Because I've been to therapy many times, right? Hunters, whatever. My pal, what's their number? I'll go. I love therapy, right? I love talking. I think I just like talking about myself, right? And this one therapist hypnotised me. Well, I forgot, I didn't go to say this, but it's a cracker, I'll tell you anyway, right? So I had been dumped, right? Not for the first time, may I add. And it turns out I've got big issues with rejection. Surprise, surprise. I've got daddy issues, basically, right? And my dad, it turns out my boyfriend dumped me, and I was like, but hold on, Charlotte in Sex and the City says, if you've got a 5-year relationship, you should be over them after 2.5 years. And this was 2.5 years, 6 days, and I still wasn't over him, so I went to therapy. And he told me that it wasn't, because he hypnotised me, right? And he told me that I wasn't upset about my boyfriend. He said, you're upset because your dad rejected you. And I went, no, my dad didn't reject me. Believe you me, my dad was there the whole time. And he said, no, he rejected you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I was like, it was like a ping pong machine. Ding, 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 ding. I went, oh my God, that is magic. I was cured. I wasn't really. And then it helped me understand that I needed to love myself. And I thought, I can't. I looked in the mirror. I don't like it. I don't like what I see. He said, get little Edward out and play with him. I went, excuse me? I said, and then he explained to me what I meant. I went, oh, right. So, and I got a picture of myself out, and he said there was times when little Edward was vulnerable, and little Edward didn't receive the love that he needed. And it was like, I was like fireworks in my head or something like that. It was amazing. And he said, so you need to give that wee boy the love now because you're the adult. You need to, basically, he didn't use this word, but he says you need to nurture. He didn't say that word, but that's what he meant, right? I'm putting words into his mouth. So then it was dead easy. So this is what I want you to do, right? See, tonight when you go home, get a picture of yourself as a Wayne and put it in your purse or your wallet or have it as your screensaver, right? And every time you see it, go, oh, there you are. Oh, my God, you are so cute. I could squeeze your wee cheeks. And tell yourself you love yourself and that you've got your back and you're going to protect you, right? You do that for me, right? And I tell you, a shift will happen in your body that's quite sensational. And then what I did is I did it myself as a teenager. Oh, because I was chunky, spotty and in the closet, right? So I had a lot of loving to give that teenager. And I did that. That was my screensaver for a while as well. People would go, who's that? And I'd go, it's me. I'm beautiful, ain't I? And it's so funny because I went to look in the mirror at myself as a 35-year-old adult. I'm 41 now, by the way. I'm not 30, that's when I was doing Britain's Got Talent. I looked in the mirror because I'd done those stages of me. I looked in the mirror and I went, oh, Edward, I love you and I forgive you and you're a big Reid. And that's what I said. That's what I said.